Prime Minister Imran Khan on Wednesday urged his cabinet members to stay focused on achieving the targets and make the political party stronger through performance delivery. We are ensuring that during our tenure, all the promises are met and all services delivered to the citizens, he said during his address at the signing of two-year performance agreement 2021-23 with federal ministers at the PM Secretariat. The signing was part of the Prime Minister's comprehensive civil service reforms agenda, under which the government had initiated a management system that brought the entire federal government together through a single implementation tool of performance agreements. The Prime Minister insisted that a high performance delivery in the next 2 years would make a smooth way ahead for the government to succeed in general polls. I want our party to achieve a standard where an MNA wins, not on the basis of disbursement of development funds but on the performance of the government, he said. PM Imran asked the heads of ministries to achieve the performance goals by setting high aspirations and evaluation of their own highs and lows. He also mentioned that his government effectively tackled the side-by-side challenges of the coronavirus pandemic and its impact on the economy. The Premier remained confident that his team would continue to work at full throttle. Pakistan to maintain the generalized preferential system plus status in European Unions. European Union published a statement in which the EU has presented 6 new agreements for Pakistan that are connected to providing services to people with physical disabilities, tackling climate change and child labor. In the latest review, Pakistan's individual status was not discussed. The discussion revolved around new conditions in GSP Plus, which include the 6 new aforementioned conventions, the statement said. However, it has also offered new GSP rules in order to ease the low-income countries. Previously, in March 2020, the EU protracted Pakistan's GSP Plus status till 2022, whereas the Foreign Office excluded the news item by an Indian news agency venturing extraction of Pakistan GSP Plus status is fictitious and a continuance of India's malevolent propaganda against Pakistan. In a declaration, the FAO spokesperson said, even after India's disinformation campaign being unearthed globally as a result of EU Disfo Lab report, the Indian state and obliging Indian media remain busy in concocting baseless stories against Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said that roads play an important role in economic development. The Prime Minister chaired a meeting to review the progress of projects under the National Highway Authority, which was attended by Communication Minister Murad Saeed, Planning Minister Asad Umar, Special Assistant Shehbaz Gill and others. A briefing was given on the progress made. In the meeting, Murad Saeed said that only 645 kilometers of road were constructed in the 3 years of the provincial government 2013 and 2014, and a total of 1,753 kilometers of roads have been completed in the 3 years of the present government. On the occasion, the Prime Minister said that roads play an important role in economic development. Construction of quality roads will increase trade opportunities through connectivity between rural and urban areas, while good roads will lead to repair of vehicles and import of petroleum products. Imran Khan said that he would personally review the progress on import and how big communication projects on a daily basis and ensure the release of funds for the timely completion of the projects. Samina Alvi, the wife of President Dr. Arif Alvi, has contracted the coronavirus, she announced via her social media. Taking to Twitter, Samina Alvi confirmed her COVID-19 diagnosis. I was tested positive for COVID day before. I have a little bit of weakness, but Alhamdulillah doing well otherwise. Request all to keep me in your prayers, please, thank you, she tweeted. The First Lady also requested everyone to remember her in prayers and pray for her swift recovery. Prime Minister Imran Khan stated that Pakistan would make a conclusion on whether to officially identify the Taliban government alongside with neighboring states. In an interview with the private news channel, PM also pronounced his concern that there could be a philanthropic catastrophe and civil war, and that an unstable and chaotic Afghanistan would be an ideal place for terrorists. Imran Khan called on the worldwide community to give the Taliban more time. All neighbors will get together and see how they progress, he said. Whether to recognize them or not will be a collective decision. However, while talking about women's rights in Afghanistan, Imran Khan said that women will get their rights under the Taliban with time. Whereas PM stated in an interview with the Russian media outlet that the world has no way out, but complications will increase if the US does not recognize the Taliban government and hold discourses with the Afghan Taliban. The Prime Minister said that Afghanistan is presently the utmost significant issue for the entire expanse, as the country is at historical intersections, adding that Pakistan wants peace in Afghanistan. Since the Education Department Secretary disclosed the issue to the public today that 80% of the employees of the Education Department have succumbed to the fake medical bills. All those who have submitted the bogus bills to scam the department will be dealt with legally, he said. Separately today from the city, the police have invaded the Board of Intermediate Office and detained 3 accused implicated in fake certificates, documents and job scam. Shara and Noor Jahan police have directed an invasion at the Board of Intermediate Office and arrested 3 persons, including the mastermind of the gang Nigar Nafis. A grade 14 IT officer of the Intermediate Board, Akram, has been among 3 suspects, police said. The gang was making fake admission certificates, testimonials and job documents, police said. said. The provincial capital has recently observed an upsurge of up to 300% in the reporting of sexual assault cases, quoting police records. The escalation in registration of such cases came after the sexual assault case that had happened in Lahore's Greater Iqbal Park, where 400 suspects had perpetually attacked a woman, stated the police. Previously, 642 cases have been recorded, with 323 in August and 319 in September, police records showed. DIG investigation Sharik Jamal Khan said 110 cases were cast off after they resolved out to be fake, as he noted that sexual assault cases used to take place prior as well, but women would desist from filing an FIR. The registration of cases has increased after the Greater Iqbal Park incident. It has given women the confidence to stand up, the DIG investigation said. The police officers stated inquiries were being directed on merit, while action would be taken beside those lodging false cases. Punjab Law and Cooperatives Minister Raja Basharat on Wednesday chaired a high-level meeting to discuss the mechanism to merge border military police and Baloch levies to improve the law and order situation in tribal areas of Punjab. The meeting took place at the Civil Secretariat, which was attended by Punjab Assembly Deputy Speaker Dost Mohammad Mazari, Provincial Minister Mohsin Lagari and Hasnain Daresh, MNA Mohsin Khosa, MPs Ahmad Ali Daresh, Javed Lund and Dawood Suleimani, tribal leaders and IG Punjab. Additional Chief Secretary, Home Secretary, Local Government Commissioner and RPO DG Khan and other officers. The mechanisms for merging of BMP and BL was being considered on the directions of Prime Minister Imran Khan and Punjab Chief Minister Usman Buzdar in order to improve law and order situation in tribal areas of Dera Ghazi Khan and Rajanpur districts. The committee led by Basharat was directed by the PM to consult with all stakeholders on the issue of the merger of the force of tribal areas of Punjab. The Law Minister told the participants that one of the protocols was to bring both the forces under the control of Punjab Police via reforms and amendments. However, the meeting participants disagreed with the proposal and called for strengthening of both the forces. The Law Minister directed the Addiction Chief Secretary, Home, to prepare a comprehensive package for the improvement of both the forces. The package would include measures that would be proposed for filling up the long-standing vacancies, training of staffs and provision of missing faculties. It was a long, hard and eventful day at the Supreme Court Karachi Registry for Advocate General Syed Sulman Talibuddin, who while representing the provincial government had to face harsh remarks of three-member bench headed by Chief Justice Gulzar Ahmad. When he submitted that the provincial government had no funds for rehabilitation of people affected during drive for removal of encroachment along the rainwater drains in the city, the Chief Justice reminded him that he was making a very irresponsible statement. When he reiterated that Sindh government had acute shortage of funds, the Chief Justice asked that the government should go and beg from international lenders like IMF and World Bank, as it had been the practice of the government. When the AG submitted that he was not in a position to make a commitment on behalf of the Sindh government regarding provision of funds, the Chief Justice observed, "What good is the ability of government then? Should we ask the affectees to live in teens in the Chief Minister and Governor House?" Justice Gulzar, while addressing the AG, asked him to just go outside premises of the court to see what miserable condition the city of Karachi is in. The CJP observed, "It is not making of people, it is the picture you are giving." The Chief Justice shamed provisional government by saying shame on the Sindh government. At one stage, when the AG tried to make some submission, said, "I am not saying anything. You should better say nothing," came the reply from Justice Gulzar. The chairman of the Federal Board of Revenue has told the National Assembly's Standing Committee on Finance that revenues have increased by 41% over the previous financial year. A meeting of the Standing Committee on Finance of the National Assembly was held under the chairmanship of Faizullah Kamuka. The chairman FBR said that with the increase in revenue, the tax system has improved. With income tax refunds of more than 323 billion rupees are yet to be paid, 181 billion rupees sales tax refunds were issued to increase the production of industries. PMLN member Aisha Ghosa Pasha said that not everything is going well at the moment. Chairman FBR said that his job is not to formulate policy but to implement the policy. Aisha Ghosa Pasha said that customs duty has increased by 47% due to an increase in imports. K Electric, a private power distribution in Karachi, has demanded an increase of 97 paisa per unit. According to the National Electric Power Regulatory Authority, K Electric applied for the August fuel charges adjustment. NEPRA has asked that K Electric has asked for 1.76 billion rupees in monthly fuel adjustment, while the hearing on K Electric's request will be held on September 29. A recent viral video of actor Munib Bhatt is doing rounds all over social media and has caused a stir among the audience. During a chit-chat with host Nida Yasir and actress Amar Khan, Munib Bhatt jocularly shared his opinion that a woman should pamper and love her husband out of fear that he might marry someone else. The host asked them if they fear anything other than curses. The Kaisa Hai Nasiba star reversed the question and asked Nida to share her fear. To this, Nida Yasir said, "I'm afraid that my husband might get married for the second time." What irked the viewers was Bhatt's reply over this after he said jokingly, "This fear is valid. Every woman should fear this, which is why they should pamper and love their husbands so that the thought of second marriage doesn't appear in their minds." However, after receiving the backlash from netizens incidents, Munib issued a clarification via his Instagram, which he believes is being presented out of context by media publications. This is the clip that is misinterpreted by a few publications. This was not a serious conversation, as seen we were joking, and I sarcastically joked that you should be scared and pamper your husband even more. Picking a clip and using it in a different context to malign my character is not journalism. I do not think women should live under a constant fear that their husband will leave them, said the actor. He further expressed his love for his wife Eman, saying, I am a husband myself and love my wife and she loves me. That's the basic pillar of our relationship. I would request all the pages sharing these clips to do their basic fact checks, then spread such negative content. Moreover, Nida Yasser was seen agreeing with Munib's statement as she lashed out at the keyboard warriors for turning even the jokes into a controversy. One Direction rumors have resurfaced and Liam Payne has gone forward to dispel the rumors. The former One Direction star finally addressed the hearsay during his performance on Monday night with the reunited band The Wanted at Tom's Parker charity show. I talked to Louis about it and we agreed that it needed to happen soon rather than later, Payne added. The band went on hiatus in 2016, 6 years after Zayn Malik left the band in 2015. Fans had hoped for a big reunion for the band's 10th anniversary last year but were disappointed. Simon Cowell, who founded the band during the X Factor, previously stated that a reunion could take place this year and that it would be wonderful. Newly appointed Afghanistan cricket chairman Azizullah Fazli said Wednesday he would visit Pakistan later this week to invite the side for a one-day series. The war-torn nation has steadily risen in international cricket over the past few years with stars such as the world's top spinner Rashid Khan, but there have been calls for a boycott of the men's team after the hardline Taliban's takeover last month. The change of government has called into question the future of Afghanistan's participation in test matches, as under International Cricket Council regulations, nations must also have an active women's team. Taliban are yet to announce a policy on women playing a sport, but a senior official has said it would be not necessary. Avoiding commenting on the latest developments, Fazli said he planned to visit other regional cricketing powers. I am taking a tour of Pakistan from September 25 and then will go to India, Bangladesh and the United Arab Emirates to meet officials of cricket boards, he told AFP over the phone from Kabul. Fazli said he would meet new Pakistan Cricket Board chairman Ramiz Raja and offer to host Pakistan for the series which we were due to play in Sri Lanka in September. Former West Indies cricketer Darren Sammy came forward in support of Pakistan and bashes England and New Zealand over tour cancellation. Darren expressed disappointment over the attitude of England and New Zealand and in a tweet wants Pakistan to be aware of its enemies. Darren Sammy tweeted, "Be aware of the wolves in sheep clothing. They will eat you in your sleep even after you feed them." On Monday, England and Wales Cricket Board withdrew its men and women's team from the tour of Pakistan next month, citing COVID fatigue. Last week, New Zealand also withdrew its tour to Pakistan just before the toss for the first ODI at Rawalpindi and did give any details about the security threats they had received. Indian Twitter is flooded with the trend of boycott Shah Rukh Khan after the picture of Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan goes viral with Prime Minister Imran Khan from an event of 2008. Several users retweeted the image calling for a boycott against Shah Rukh Khan, causing an uproar. And the fact that SRK's portrayal of a Muslim raw agent in the upcoming film Pathaan has enraged Hindu fanatics. Users took it to Twitter to express rage with the superstar, lambasting his beliefs and accusing him of being pro-Pakistani. A user wrote, "Before supporting anyone, I am a proud Indian." SRK called Indian intolerant when every Muslim is having full freedom. He says Pakistani players should be picked in IPL. Meanwhile, King Khan is currently shooting for an upcoming film Pathaan. The cast also includes Deepika Padukone and John Abraham in lead roles.
बोल ब्रीफ्स की वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए बोल ब्रीफ्स के चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करना ना भूलें।